All right, what's going on, guys? Graham, Gius, and Matthews here at BleacherReport.com and FanSided Daily DDT, and ahead of NXT Vengeance Day this coming Tuesday on Sci-Fi, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. We got the number one contender to the NXT Championship, Mr. Santos Escobar himself. Santos, how's it going, my man?
How you doing, Graham? I'm happy to be here with you and just ready for this Tuesday.
I'm ready for Tuesday, too, man. This is going to be an exciting matchup, and of the 2 years you've been so far here in NXT, this is your first opportunity at the NXT Championship. How excited are you for Tuesday? How much are you looking forward to this night?
I'm very excited. As you said, this is my second year on NXT, and it's been a hell of a run. Legado del Fantasma has been doing very good, and we did the Cruiserweight division a very solid favor by remaking it, and now we're on to bigger, better things. And what better thing than the NXT Championship itself? And what better time than this Tuesday, and which better opponent than this young champion, Bron Breakker?
Yeah.
The championship is there for me to grab it.
And speaking of Bron Breakker, I mean, you mentioned the history between you two guys and being two second-generation stars a couple of weeks ago in NXT. Obviously, aside from yourself being a top star on the NXT brand and putting your personal beef aside, your thoughts on Bron Breakker so far as NXT champion and a potential future cornerstone of the NXT WWE brands along with yourself?
Yeah, no, I agree. Bron Breakker and myself, we share a lot of things in common. He's a young champion, and I once was a young champion many years ago. I too was inexperienced. I too was not ready, or seemingly not ready for the spot I was in, and I had to prove myself to everyone. And I see all of that in him. He's also a second-generation wrestler, so am I. So we both have a legacy on our shoulder that we have to establish, that we have to defend, that we have to put forward. And in my case, I've been doing that for 22 years now. He's just starting. He's just began his journey. And that, to me, is his biggest, the biggest area of opportunity for me to grab that title from him, because he's, in my eyes, not ready for the spot. He's not ready to have the brand on his shoulders. He's ugly, by the way. I'm not ugly. And, you know, I have a legacy to represent. And when the time comes, my legacy, his legacy, I'll choose mine.
Absolutely. And I think the best part about going into this matchup is that you're kind of ascent through NXT. And you mentioned it earlier, the Cruiserweight division, and then kind of contending for the NXT North American Championship for a while. Was there at any point in the last 2 years since, I mean, you've been with NXT for several years now, but it wasn't until 2020 that you arrived on the show. At what point for you was it like, all right, I'm ready for that NXT Championship level? Was it when you were in the Cruiserweight division? Was it just a couple of months ago when you had your ongoing feud with Zion Quinn? Was it just recently? Was there at any point? I mean, obviously, you always feel like you're a top talent. You have the confidence in yourself. Was there any one turning point for you where everything really started to click and you were like, all right, I'm ready for that next level here in NXT?
Yes. And it was last year, right after Stand and Deliver. That was, in my eyes, the best match I had up until then. And shout out to Jordan Devlin, amazing talent. Never met him before that day, but you know, as they say, you'll know someone when you fight them. And I have nothing but the best of opinion about him. But right after that match is when I knew, okay, now I'm ready, not just for the top spot, which is the NXT Championship, but WrestleMania, Madison Square Garden, whatever comes, I'm ready. And of course, it doesn't happen overnight. I knew right then and there that I was ready for it, but now it was time to up the ante. It was time to work even harder. It was time to show, to give something, as opposed to ask. You know, we're always asking for opportunities. We're always asking to have the spot. I want to be in the match. I want to be the main eventer. I want to do this. I want to do that. But instead of asking, I said, I'm going to give. I'm going to start working harder. I'm going to start showing up more. I'm going to start transforming my body. And I got Santos Escobar from here to here. And now it's only natural. It's a natural course that I get that top spot, as opposed to asking and demanding because I'm a veteran, because I've been here for 22 years, because I'm a second generation wrestler, because I'm the best Latino ever. No, instead of asking, give, and you shall receive.
And that's what we're going to get on Tuesday with this NXT Championship matchup. And of all the matches you've had so far in NXT, it's crazy. You mentioned that ladder match with Jordan Devlin, Takeover, Stand and Deliver. Fantastic match. The timing of like your run in NXT is so interesting because as soon as you arrived, it was like right after the pandemic started. So almost all of it has occurred in the NXT arena that I'm sitting in right now, in the Performance Center, that whole thing. Is that crazy for you to think that of all the great matches and moments, and hopefully at some point, whether it be WrestleMania weekend coming up and kind of hopefully as we ease out of the pandemic, we can get back to those packed takeover days and just a packed NXT show days and stuff like that. It's crazy to think of. Obviously, you've had packed arena moments before in your illustrious career before arriving in WWE, but is it crazy to think that you have yet to have like that? I mean, the NXT environment is great in the arena, but you know what I mean? Like one of those big arena type moments, and hopefully we get that from you at some point.
Yes, exactly. You're exactly right, Graham. And before I got here, I was traveling 5 days a week, airports, airplanes, it was just layovers, whatnot. Then I got here and it was time for me to reset, relearn everything, get ready for this product.
Mm-hmm.
And then as time came by, pandemic hit, and then we were secluded to the PC area, which was good for me because it helped me grow my knowledge of our product. And then as we came out of it, I was ready for it. And now I'm ready for it because I feel, even though it was a rough couple of years, I've learned a lot. And the PC is the perfect place in the universe to learn the business. And you have people like HBK, Triple H, Norman Smiley, Terry Taylor, Robbie Brookside, all of them. You have the best of the best there at your disposal. And they're giving you the pearls of the business. And so having this terrible couple of years helped me become a better performer, become a better athlete, become a better sports entertainer, become better at, the microphone, which is one of the strongest points of what I have to offer. So now that I'm ready, and as we ease out of this dark-ish period, now I'm ready for the Madison Square Gardens. Now I'm ready for the biggest events, the biggest arenas, the biggest stadiums. When they need Santos will be there.
And you've mentioned before too, even just as recently as a couple of months ago, you feel that you're ready for the Raws, the MSGs, the SmackDowns, the WrestleManias, and it's going to happen at some point. I mean, it's inevitable, obviously. Come around like October, it seemed like the draft would be the perfect time to see a Legado del Fantasma on a Raw or a SmackDown. But because you've been still in NXT, you've been able to rise up to that next level and become NXT champion. So when opportunities like that happen, like what's your mindset? I mean, obviously you're like, all right, I want to get to that next level, but do you see it as a blessing in disguise in retrospect, thinking, okay, because I'm still here a little bit longer, I'm allowed to elongate my NXT tenure here. Now I'm able to get to that next level. And I wouldn't have had that had I gone to Raw 6 months ago. So kind of looking at the positive, so to speak.
Yeah. WWE needs his superstars and performers to be at the peak, at the best of their ability. You mentioned the draft. And even though I was wishing to be part of it, I was not ready. And I've always been honest with myself in that regard. Because when the show needs you, you have to deliver. That's it. There's no excuse. There's no buts. There's no maybes. You have to show up. You have to deliver. And I just think that my preparation was in motion, but not there yet. Now I feel I'm ready. Now I feel that you can put me tomorrow or this Tuesday, a main event for the top spot, and I will deliver. Back then, who knows? Might have been ready, might not. But now it's in the past. Now I know I'm ready. So if the draft was today or tomorrow, now I would be demanding for a spot. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be more passive and waiting and hoping. I would be more active as, hey, I'm here. I'm ready. All right, let's do this. But now I think my tenure I still have things to do.
Mm-hmm.
I still have things to do on NXT. And NXT is a brand that is growing and it's evolving. And as you can see, with evolution, either you evolve or you die.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm still alive, baby. I'm still rocking and rolling. And not just me. Raul Mendoza, one of the best Mexicanos out there. Joaquin Wild, he's loco. And you have Electra, La Madrina. We are just a beautiful, beautiful part of what NXT is right now. And wherever you take us, we will shine. So we've been getting ready for the spot. Now the spot's here. All right, let's do it.
It's your moment. Tuesday is going to be your moment, Santos. And as we wind down here, we saw on Tuesday, it's your moment. It's not Tommaso Ciampa's moment. It's not Dolph Ziggler's moment. Things got a bit hectic there during the summit on Tuesday's NXT. Obviously, Ciampa's been in the NXT mix for a while, but Dolph is a fresh face to NXT viewers anyway. Obviously, a familiar face on Raw and SmackDown. Your thoughts on people coming over from Raw and SmackDown, wanting a piece of the pie in NXT, want a piece of what you're involved in. Thoughts on people like him, AJ Styles coming over and maybe mixing it up with people like that at some point, as opposed to going to their territory and working with them over there.
It speaks volumes of what we're doing as a brand and as talent, because they're willing to come here and test us, and getting the ring in a non-physical segment, which was what happened this Tuesday. I mean, we made it physical, but that's what we do. But it wasn't physical. It was just, we were just supposed to discuss certain points of our feud. And here comes Ziggler, which to me is fine. I like it because it brings star power to a place that already has stars. So it only makes it bigger. You know what I mean? And then here comes Ciampa, who, of course, he still wants that spot. Because let me tell you something. When you get a taste of that gold, and you lose it, you desperately want it back. And I see that in Ciampa's eyes. Will he get it though? I don't know. Santos is around. So whenever I'm around, you shouldn't make assumptions. So that's what happened this Tuesday. I was dressed to the nines, ready for my moment. Here they come. And I let them speak. I let them, say their piece. But there was a point where I said, hey, guys, I see you. I see where you're coming from. But this is my time. This is my moment. And if you want to throw hands, it will happen after this Tuesday, because on Vengeance Day, I will become the new NXT champion. And then I'll take care of you, Ziggler. And of course, I will take care of Ciampa. Maybe. Who knows? We'll see.
Time will tell. But like you said, Santos, before then we got Vengeance Day this Tuesday on Sci-Fi, not USA for right now, due to the Olympics, obviously. It's going to be 8 p.m. on Sci-Fi, NXT Vengeance Day. And hopefully the next time we chat, you got the NXT Championship behind you, along with those other illustrious championships. It's a hell of a background, hell of a shirt. People can pick it up, as we discussed earlier before we went live here on WWE Shop. I got to get one of myself one of those shirts as well. Santos, thanks so much for the time, man. I appreciate it. You're the best. Have a great one.
Thank you so much, Graham. And I'll make space for that title here.
I look forward to it. Thanks, Santos. Have a great day.
You too.